Hey everyone, Amy here from Plastic Cover Schools. Happy Earth Day! Have you heard of Earth Day before? It's celebrated on the 22nd of April, and it's where people all around the world talk about how amazing our planet is and how important it is to protect it. Earth Day was actually started over 50 years ago, back in 1970. It was created to raise awareness of environmental issues and to encourage people to take action. People realise that if we want to keep breathing clean air, drinking clean water, and preserving the incredible wildlife that lives on our planet, then we have to actually do something to protect our environment. We can't just expect it to look after itself when we humans are doing so much harm to it. Now, this is Senator Gaylord Nelson, an American politician who founded Earth Day. He wanted the environment to be added to the political agenda and was passionate about showing people why it was so important to protect our planet. In January 1969, there was a massive oil spill in Santa Barbara, California. Senator Nelson was shocked. So, inspired by the student anti war movement, he wanted to bring together the energy of student protests with an emerging public awareness about air and water pollution. So in 1970, with the help of student activist Dennis Hayes, he organised a nationwide day of protest. Around 2,000 schools and universities across the USA took part, and it continued to grow in the years following. By 1990, Earth Day was an event celebrated by more than 140 countries around the globe. Today, it's the biggest environmental movement on the planet. Now more than ever, people are using their voices to share how important it is that we help to protect our amazing planet. And in particular, young people. You may have seen how, over the last decade, millions of young people have taken part in school climate strikes to protest the lack of action on the climate crisis by world leaders. As a plastic cover school, you're already taking your own action to protect the planet from plastic pollution. You've discovered already how plastic is strong and lasts almost forever, which means it causes big problems for our planet when it builds up in our environment. But what does plastic have to do with the climate crisis? Well, plastic isn't just a litter problem, it's also a climate problem. Almost all plastic is made from crude oil, a fossil fuel mined from underground. Fossil fuels are what's called non renewable. This means that once we use them up, they can't be replaced. To make just one single use plastic water bottle, it uses 250 grams of oil and 3 whole litres of water. Extracting this oil from the ground and making it into plastics releases lots of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And carbon dioxide is what's called a greenhouse gas. Gases that act like, as you might have guessed, a greenhouse around the Earth, trapping the sun's heat and warming up our planet. But the climate damage from plastic doesn't stop when the bottle is made, because that plastic bottle then has to travel to get to supermarket shelves, burning even more fossil fuels along the way. And what happens when we throw it in the bin? Well, a lot of our plastic waste doesn't actually get recycled. Instead, most of it in the UK is sent to incinerators, where it's burned. And burning plastic releases even more carbon dioxide. And, most importantly, it means that even more plastic has to be made just to replace that was burned and used the day before. So, all the way along its journey, from when it's made to when it's thrown away, single use plastic is speeding up climate change. Now, it's scary to think about how just one material could be causing so much damage to our planet, especially alongside all of the other ways that we're harming it. And sometimes saving the whole planet feels like a massive job. You might think, I'm just one person. How can I save the Earth? Well, the official theme for Earth Day 2026 is Our Power, Our Planet. Sometimes we forget just how much power we actually have to make a difference. Every action counts and every voice matters. Progress to protect our planet can happen through everyday action. It can be done by young people in your homes, communities protecting ecosystems, or even amazing inventors creating solutions. And the awesome thing about being part of the Plastic Cover Schools network is that you guys aren't doing this alone. When you decide to swap a single use plastic bottle for a reusable one, you're using your power to save water, save oil, and stop greenhouse gases from being released. When you speak to one other person about the impact that we're having on our planet and convince them to join you in your mission to protect it, you're helping to create a movement to make a positive difference. And you're joining thousands of other students around the world doing the exact same thing. Now, just picking up litter yourself or using less plastic might seem small, but your whole school doing it makes that impact even bigger. And thousands of schools doing it, well, that makes a huge difference. So, because today is Earth Day, let's not just sit around and talk about the planet. Today is a day of action, so it's time to use our voices and our power to protect it. This year's theme, Our Power, Our Planet, tells us that the power to change the world doesn't just belong to politicians or adults, it belongs to you guys as well. You are the future or even current scientists, inventors, leaders, artists, and activists. And by taking action today, you are helping to make sure that our amazing Earth stays healthy for generations to come. So, use your power and keep being plastic clever. Happy Earth Day, everyone!